Hey, you guys, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. And today we're going to be talking about de-influencing, which is a new trend taking over TikTok. So if you have any kind of social media, you've probably been faced with comparison culture at some point because influencers are everywhere. And maybe you've seen people talk about certain products on Instagram and you immediately click the link and go through and buy something, because I know I have, and I'm sure you're guilty of that too. But think of de-influencing as the opposite of influencing. So instead of content creators just trying to get you to buy products that they're promoting, they're telling you which products you really don't need at all too. So as early as February of this year, de-influencing hashtag had over 50 million views on TikTok. I recently saw a TikTok from Overcoming Overspending's Paige Pritchard, and I love what she had to say about de-influencing. So today we're going to talk through some of the points that she made because I think they were really great. And also I'll be sharing items with you that I have bought and don't think they're worth the money. So the first thing that she points out is the way that we talk about products.
So there's this de-influencing trend going on right now, which I absolutely love because I've been talking about this for a long time. That's what my whole page is about. I think it all really started in response to Mascara Gate. And I'm gonna let the beauty and the makeup influencers handle that one. But what I will say, what I found so interesting about that video with Michaela were the very first words that came out of her mouth, which were,
"This literally just changed my life."
And look, she's not the only one guilty of talking about products like this. Really, all of us have been programmed and conditioned to talk about products in this way because consumer culture that we live in wants us to believe that a product actually does have the ability to change our world.
Isn't that true? I mean, the way we talk about stuff, our words have an effect on us and our habits. So listen, I love my Stanley Cup. Yep, I got one. I was influenced by it, and it's great. But also, the Stanley Cup did not change my life. Or I don't need it to change my life. No, I bought it because, let's be honest, it was trendy. I saw it everywhere, put it in the budget and bought it. But we just have to be careful about the words that we use because once the latest trend loses its shine, then we're back into the cycle of buying something that promises to change our lives. And if it's not in the budget, it is not worth it. Especially do not go into debt for these things. And comparison culture, consumer culture, it is real and it is very, very sneaky. Next, she names a few brands and items that people claim changed their life.
This is why so many of us, I used to be in this camp, okay? I used to have tens of $1,000s worth of credit card debt. I have blown through an annual salary impulse shopping, which you can go watch that video on my profile if you want. But this is why so many of us, myself in the past included, rack up tens of thousands of credit card debt. We have cabinets and drawers and pantries full of stuff that we don't need because we go out buying these products thinking, oh, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the product that is finally going to make me happy. And of course it won't. Mascara isn't gonna change your life. Stanley Cup isn't gonna change your life. UGG Minis, not gonna change your life. The Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand, not gonna change your life. This was probably the largest revelation that I had to make to change my shopping and my spending and my consumption habits that allowed me to essentially turn my entire financial world around, was realizing that I am searching for something in the consumption of all of this stuff and in the consumption of all of these products that I'm never gonna get. I am playing a losing game. When you do come to this realization that no product is really gonna change your life the way that you think it's going to, you become a lot less susceptible to constantly buying stuff on this app and being influenced to buy stuff on this app that you really don't need.
Again, it's just wild how these popular brands that maybe you had never even heard of a few months ago have become so trendy on social media. It's all you see. And you're thinking, wow, everyone has this. And here's the thing to remember, you guys, is that companies are paying people to talk about their products in this way. And it's not like these items just came down from heaven to change the world. No, people are paid to talk about it. And sure, some of them are great products, but also you have to realize that maybe the person talking about it loves the product because they were paid for it, or maybe they love it because they love it. But there is a brand strategy here. So we also need to recognize that and recognize the strategy of our responses, because it can be so easy just to say, oh, okay, I'm gonna get it because this person's saying it. So again, remember, if it's not in the budget though, you don't need it right now. Now, before I move on to share a couple of things that I was influenced to buy that did not live up to the hype, let's take a quick break for our sponsor, Christian Healthcare Ministries. You are watching every cent, but prices keep going up. Did you know that there's a budget-friendly solution to rising healthcare costs that's also biblical? Well, there is, and it's through Christian Healthcare Ministries, America's longest-serving health cost-sharing ministry. So visit chministries.org/Rachel to learn more. All right, so if you're ready to be de-influenced, here are a couple of things that I bought that I did not love. First up was a bathing suit from Amazon, and it came in kind of deformed and kind of crazy. It did not look great, and it was not the size or the quality at all that I thought it was going to be. So it did make me sad because I have bought some swimsuits on Amazon that were great, and they're inexpensive, and I was like, oh, this works. And yeah, this one definitely did not work. The second one is I bought a pair of shoes that were squeaky. Okay, so they were really cute, and they're like this cute camel color. I mean, I still wear them, and they're actually comfortable. But they are so annoying. This noise that it makes when I walk, I'm like, what is it? They are so loud. And I almost hate to wear them sometimes because they are so loud and annoying. So it's so bizarre. I'm like, I guess they're not that great quality because they're like squeaking. It's weird. It's so weird. And the last example actually came from my sister. She told me last week that she bought a pair of mom jeans because she was like, I wanted to try it. Like, skinny jeans are out these days. Mom jeans are in. Anyways, she said she put them on and she was like, oh, these look terrible. And then right in that moment, her husband and son walked in. They're like, Mom, what are you wearing? She's like, yeah, this isn't worth it. Not good. Not good. Even though it's trendy, that one particular style or one particular pair of jeans, she was like, no, get it out of there. So listen, that's the deal. You're going to buy stuff that you see online and think, oh yeah, this is great. And it ends up not being great. So obviously you can take it back and get your money back, but also, it's that reality that it's just stuff. It is just stuff. So when you have the urge to buy new products, here's a couple of things to remember. Take some time to evaluate your needs versus wants because you're under the influence. You're thinking, I need all of this, but do you really? Take the emotion out of it. Also, look at your budget. I use EveryDollar and it's great. I'll put a link in the description, but it is a budgeting tool that helps me because if I still have money in the Rachel line item, or miscellaneous or something else. And I'm like, okay, do I have the money for it? But it helps guide me to be able to say, is it worth spending this money on this item compared to my budget? And it just gives you a filter. Also, practice the 24-hour rule. If you did not know that thing existed 5 minutes ago, that means you really don't need it right now. So wait 24 hours. I even put it in my cart sometimes and leave it there for a few days. And if I come back and I'm like, oh yeah, I still do want that, and it's in the budget, then you can buy it. It's great. But again, let the emotion wear off. All right, I really want to know from you guys what products were not worth it, that maybe you thought this is going to be amazing. This is going to change my life. And they just were not cracked up to be all of that. So I want to hear from you. So leave a comment again on something that you thought this is going to be a life changer and it wasn't. Make sure to share this video with a friend who you think would enjoy it and wants to be de-influenced. And remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.